All right, still getting loaded up, so I got plenty of time here. And we're going to talk about the whole George Floyd incident. Let's talk about that real quick. Under no circumstances should a cop ever kneel on a guy's neck. I mean, that's police brutality. And the fact that 750 police officers were injured during these riots and protests and stuff, hey, you know what? Good. Yeah, good fucking deal. But let's kind of look at this, folks. You know, how is this dude's life more important than anyone else's? You know what I mean? You should have been doing this a long time ago if you're going to be protesting against a cop. Look at Rodney King years ago. Remember the riots over that? So look here, folks. Here's what I'm going to say about the whole incident. Don't discriminate. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a white guy, an Asian, a Mexican, or a black. If the cops abuse them, if the cops are abusing their power, you know, there should be protests. I ain't saying burn down the city. That is not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying, there should be protests. They should be held accountable. And this little fucking thin blue line bullshit, or the blue wall, or whatever the fuck they're doing, you know, if a cop violates a crime, he is no better than me anyway. He is no better than you. He's just an American citizen that has a little fucking piece of tin on his chest. So let me tell you something. If he commits a crime, he should go to fucking jail too. Fuck him. You know what I mean? And he should get longer time because he should know better. You know what I mean? He's supposed to represent protection, servitude to the community, and respect and decency and integrity. They don't have that no more. See, the problem is, here's what's going on. The police are now being trained as paramilitary forces. You know, they're not taught compassion or service or nothing like that anymore. They're taught military tactics. And is that really how you want your fucking police department to be? A military? I mean, then just have the military police. We don't need the freaking cops out there at all. None. You know what I mean? If that's the way it's going to go, that's the way it should go. I don't believe, like I said before in the previous video, look here, there is a necessity for them, but the necessity isn't for them to come in and abuse and kill people. That ain't their job. You know, when I do it, I go to jail. So think about that, folks. Go in and abuse and kill people, beat on them, and, you know, commit crimes and all that. You know, why all of a sudden should it be harder to prosecute them than it is an average citizen? It shouldn't be. They're under the same laws we are. There's no difference. So that's what I kind of got to say about that right there. But under no circumstances should anyone be abused by the police. And here's what's going on now with all these other groups coming up, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and George Soros, freaking the Democrat, the DNC, Democrat National Committee. Convention, whatever the fuck they call them. I don't know. I ain't no Democrat. But, with all them folks coming in, they're trying to make it a racial thing. It's not a racial thing, folks. If the police are abusing anyone, it should be stood against. Do you understand me? It should be stood against. Anyone abused by the police should be stood against. So, let's not let these fucking idiots sit there and decide how, who we're gonna stand up for, because you know what? We need to stand up for everyone. And my wife told me the other day she's seriously believing. I mean, she was following the Black Lives Matter thing for a minute, and then she's like, "But all lives matter. Black Lives Matter. All they're doing is getting funding to fund more Democratic candidates, and generally they're old white dudes." So my wife is one who's Hispanic. My wife's Hispanic, so. She's more along the lines of now all lives matter. And she kind of talked to me about it. Whoever in the world is being abused should receive protection. If they're being abused by the protectors, then the protectors need to be treated, just like an average citizen and get arrested. It's that simple, folks. Quit sitting there and trying to make everything out to be racial. There's been several people of all races that are killed and beaten and abused by these fucking badge-wearing motherfuckers. So, if you got a problem with the cops, folks, let me say this. If you got a problem with the cops, go deal with the cops. You understand? That's simple. If the cops are causing grief and you can't get anything done through the fucking the district attorney, the mayor, the councilman, any of that shit, and all these cops are corrupt, Go at them, folks. Go at them motherfuckers. It's that simple, you know. But they don't do it. They go against the innocent because they're afraid. They're afraid of these motherfuckers. What are you afraid of a cop for? Because he's got a gun on his hip? Hey, guess what? 85% of America's got guns too. What does that mean? You know what I mean? It's about to go back to the old West days where you're going to have to carry that sidearm. Quick job, buddy. High noon out on the streets. As soon as that motherfucker clicks, 12 noon, bam, when he's going down. And you know what? Maybe that's how it should be. Maybe we should do that again, kind of reset the nation and let people know we're tired of you sissy, pussy motherfuckers out there wrecking our country because you don't want to sit there and go against the aggressors. You want to go against the innocent communities and burn them down. All these freaking, stores and shops, the majority of them that you're burning the neighborhoods down are black owned, except for like Target and them big box stores and shit like that. And they ain't losing no money. All they get is they got insurance. But these little stores that you're busting into, these folks that spent their whole life trying to build and finally got it, now you burn it down. You're much a piece of shit as them cops are. And I want you to understand that. You're as much of the problem and a piece of shit as those police that killed George Floyd. You are. If you're standing with all those piece of shit motherfuckers out there destroying our communities. So this is Tony Doles. Now I'm going to tell you, you know what? The George Floyd family, George Floyd's brother, he got up on stage and he said, you know what, let's just end all these stupid riots. I got respect for those folks. I got respect for them. They're in the hardest time of their life right now. That guy's brother died. He's a son, he's a brother, he's a father, he's an uncle, and he's gone now because someone wanted to kneel on his neck, regardless any of his past. I know what his past was. I read it. He had a criminal past. Yes, he did a violent home invasion, held a gun to a woman's stomach, a pregnant woman, for drugs. He was also on methamphetamine and fentanyl when they arrested him positive for COVID-19. Whatever. You know what I mean? That does not excuse ever, it does not excuse a police officer from killing an American citizen. Ever. The guy was unarmed. They had plenty of time to sit there. And hold on one second. I gotta pull this truck out here, folks. They had plenty of time to sit there and cuff him, mace him, non-lethal items such as a taser, all that shit. Instead, they just kneeled on his neck and let him die. And that Floyd family, let me tell you something. From my family to yours, Floyd family, if you ever see this video, let me tell you this right here. Your brother didn't deserve that. These protests out here, the peaceful ones, I hope, in some way you can find some kind of justice. All 4 of those goddamn cops are arrested. Thank God. Get them motherfuckers out of there. But to the Floyd family, hey, you know what? From my family to yours, hey, my condolences. And there's nothing anyone can say that will make your day better or bring any kind of comfort to you because your brother's passed. But let me tell you something, folks. It won't be in vain. Okay, Floyd family, it won't be in vain. And I guarantee you, things are going to change a little bit now. So thank you, Floyd family, for doing as you did, try to bring peace amongst all this. And for all you fuckers out there that's causing all this grief and ruckus, you're muddying the name of the memory of George Floyd. Knock it the fuck off. Have a good day. It's Tony Doles. I think I'll do another video tomorrow.